Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be doing this makeup look. So this makeup look is my everyday, basically 10 to 15 minute makeup tutorial. I do this every single day if I'm during the week. If I'm going out then obviously I do a bit more glam, but during the week this is what I put on my face every single day. I thought during the video I would give you an option for an high-end or a drugstore product on like each section of my face, if that makes sense. So like lips, I'll give you a high-end lipstick and a drugstore lipstick. For foundation, I'll give you a high-end and drugstore, and it goes on. So if you'd like to see how I completed this look, then please keep on watching. Okay, so to start off this look, I'm going to be doing my eyebrows. So on the high-end side for eyebrows, I like to use my Inglot Brow Gel Liner in the shade 16. This is more, I do use this brow gel, I love it, but it's more, I use it for more like weekends and stuff when I want my brows to look like really crazy good. For the drug side, the drugstore side, I like to take the Maybelline New York Master Brow, the Maybelline Master Brow Pro palette. Oh my god. I use this on a daily basis. Literally every single day during the week. It's just so quick, easy, because it's a powder formula. I don't tend to do too much to my brows on a daily basis, but if I do want them to be looking really good, then I will be using my Inglot Brow Gel. I just feel like this is just, it just looks really nice when you want a full glam look, but if you're wanting a more daytime, quick, easy brow routine, then I would definitely go with the Maybelline brow palette. So I'm just going to quickly fill in my eyebrows. So first of all, I like to brush all the hairs up. So to prime my face, on the cheaper end, I would take my Mario Badescu Skincare Facial Spray with Aloe Herbs and Rose Water, which is just this one here. I think it's like $10 or $12 from Mecca. So it's like, I guess it's like technically a high end, but it's not that expensive. On the more expensive side, I would just take my MAC Fix Plus. This stuff is really good, but it obviously is a lot more expensive than this one. So I just spray this all over my face after I've applied my primer, just to give my face a little bit extra moisture and dewiness to the skin. But for primer or like a moisturizer, on the high end, I will take my Laura Mercier foundation primer in the shade, I don't really know, Radiance. And just to for the drugstore side, I take the Simple Kind Skin Light Hydrating Moisturizer. This one is just a moisturizer, so it doesn't give you a glow or any radiance, whereas the Laura Mercier one does. But I think this one is just as good. So I'm just going to go ahead and pop this one on, and then I'm going to be using the Mario Badescu as well. Okay, so now that I've primed my face, I go in with foundation. So the foundation that I use that's more high-end, more expensive, is the NARS Sheer Glow foundation. This one's in the shade Medium 1 Bunja. So it's just this one here. And the one that I use from the drugstore is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Matte Foundation. This one's in the shade 22 Radiant Beige. But unfortunately, I don't have any of this one left. So I'm going to be going in with the NARS foundation. Ooh, the NARS foundation. Both of these, I mean, obviously there are different formulas and stuff, but they're both like not too thick or too heavy on the skin, which is what I like for like every day during the day sort of wear. When I go out, I like to slap it on, but during the day I like a little bit less full coverage. And I just apply, oh, it's really runny. I just apply this using a beauty blender. Okay, and for concealer, so the drugstore brand that I always use is the Maybelline Fit Me. So from the drugstore, the concealer that I use is the Maybelline Fit Me in the shade Light 10. This shade is just like good for highlighting under the eyes and just concealing a little bit. But on the high-end side of things, I would use the Too Faced Born This Way Naturally Radiant Concealer in the shade Light. So on an everyday basis, I do tend to go with, that's really itchy. I do tend to go with the Maybelline Fit Me concealer because I feel like they're quite similar, and I mean for the price difference, for every day you might as well go the cheaper version. Okay, so now that's blended in. To set my concealer down, so it's kind of depending on how long I want my makeup to last. So if I'm only going to work for say 3 hours or something like that, I will just use the cheaper version. But if I'm wanting it to stay on the whole day and I need it to stay on the whole day, then I will go the more expensive version. So the more expensive one is the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and the cheaper one is the, I don't know, I've lost the lid for it. It's Rimmel London. I think it's just like powder, it's just transparent, 001 transparent, so it's just like in a pan, so it's not loose. It's, what's that word? Compacted? It's in a little, I don't know. It's not loose powder, that's all I can say. So for today I'm just going to be using the drugstore one because that is normally what I tend to go for. I just kind of crushed up a little bit to make it into more like baking formula, like a translucent formula, and then I will put it under my eyes. So I'm just going to blend out the creases because I don't want to be setting in the creases with the powder, and especially on my eyelids as well. Powder that I've crushed up and just put it underneath my eye. Kind of like just patting it into the skin so we're not moving any of the foundation around. Okay, so to set, I always say okay so, like I literally don't know what else to say. To set my face with powder, on the cheaper side, I love the Australis Fresh and Flawless. This one's in the shade Darkest Brown. This one is amazing. I literally use this on my clients and it like just makes your foundation stay on so well. And on the more high-end expensive side, I like to take the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Micro Powder in the shade Medium 2. That is literally the longest name of my whole entire life. I'm obsessed with the packaging of this, the Charlotte Tilbury one. This is definitely worth the money. If you get an oily T-zone or oily skin in general, this powder will set you down like there's no tomorrow. But for everyday use, I do tend to just stick with my Australis Fresh and Flawless just because it is on the cheaper side. So for contour, oh my god, for contour, I don't normally tend to do this contouring unless I have time to do it. If I'm rushing, then I won't do it, or if I'm rushing, I'll just, normally I have like a brush that I've used the day before that still has a bit of product on, and I'll just quickly go around it. But if I do have time, the products that I like to use are the Hoola Benefit bronzer, which is one of my absolute favorites. I use this every single time that I go out. It's just a perfect colour, perfect, oh, it just is amazing. It just literally, like, I use this on everyone and it just looks good on literally everybody's skin tone, everything. If you were after a cheaper, I guess a cheaper version of it, I would probably go with the Maybelline Master Sculpt. This one's in number 2 medium dark. The colour is quite cool, so you don't really need to, I wouldn't say you would need too much of it just in case you don't want it to go muddy. The Hoola is a little bit more bronzy and this one's more cool toned. It is still really nice on the skin, but like I said, I always stick with the Hoola bronzer. Yeah. So the next step is bronzer. So for bronzer, every single day I use this product. I've got one for clients and one for myself because I'm so obsessed with the colour. It is the MAC Give Me Sun. It's the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Give Me, that was a bit rude, MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Give Me Sun. It's just a bronzy orangey shade. I'm obsessed with this colour. But if you were after a cheaper alternative, I would go with the Savvy Mineral Baked Bronzer. This one's in Golden Glow. This one's a more glowy bronzer, but it still gives you that glowy orangey sort of tone to your face, I guess. So for blush, I tend to go for a drugstore one on my everyday routine, which is the NYX or NYX, I never know how you say it. It says BBL01, BBL. Full on Femme baked blush. I have no idea how you say that, but yeah. Or if you were wanting a more high-end one that's quite similar, I would go with the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush in the shade Party, which is this one right here. But I'm going to stick with my NYX one because that is what I always use. So for highlighter, one that I've been loving recently for my everyday routine is the Tarte Amazonian Clay highlighter in the shade Exposed Highlight. It's like this golden, I can't remember, that's really annoying, like a golden champagne-y sort of colour. It's really pretty. I don't actually have a drugstore highlighter. I thought I had one, but the one that I did think that I had was a Essence one, and they are so cheap and so pigmented. So if you were after a drugstore one, I would definitely try an Essence highlighter. So I'm just going to go in with my Tarte one because I don't have a drugstore one. Oh, I just realised that I said the wrong high-end blush. So the blush that's similar to the drugstore one that I use is the Hot Mama by the Balm blush, because it's more of a shimmery pinky tone, whereas the Tarte one's a matte blush. So if you like the matte one, then you know that's fine, but I just thought I'd come on and say that that's normally the one that I use. So for mascara, I've got two mascaras, and I've also not got one that I like as well, but I'll let you know what that is. So the one that I always use is it's the Urban Decay Perversion mascara. I'm obsessed with this mascara. It's so good. The applicator is so nice on it as well. It's like just, it's not too big and it's not too small, but I actually really like this mascara as well. This one is the Max Factor 2000 Calorie Curl Addict. The only thing I don't really like is the curl on this. It's not really, I don't know, it's alright, but it's not, I prefer a straight one for some reason. I don't know why. I think for drugstore as well, Maybelline mascaras are honestly hands down the best drugstore mascaras I've ever tried. I can get my hands on some actually because I've run out. I'm going to go in with the Urban Decay because that's what I use every single day. For lips, I always take the same lip combo every single day. NYX retractable lip liner in the shade Natural and the Australis Velour Lips matte lip cream in the shade Paris. The only issue is that with the Australis one is the formula isn't the best. I'm obsessed with the colour, but the formula is very drying. But if you were after a similar lip colour with a matte finish but doesn't dry matte and doesn't completely dry your lips out, I would go with the MAC, what shade is this one? Honey Love. So it's a matte finish but it doesn't set matte, so it's not going to completely dry your lips out. So I'm just going to go in with my lip liner and my Australis lipstick. Okay, and to set my face, the cheaper side, I'll be using the same Mario Badescu spray that I used to prime, and if I wanted my makeup to last all day and I needed a better setting spray, then I would be using the Kat Von D Lock-It setting spray. This one is amazing. I use this on all my nights out and my makeup stays put for the whole night, but just because today and like most days I don't really need it to stay on that long, but it still stays on pretty good, but I don't need that extra layer to set it down. I'm just going to take my Mario Badescu spray just to soak up any extra powders that I have on my face. So here we have the completed look. I hope you enjoyed this. I thought I would mix it up a little bit and do like a 10-minute makeup routine that I use every single day, but also if you wanted some cheaper options and also if you wanted some more high-end options, I thought I would give you those options. I just said options so many times. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll be posting videos on Tuesday and Friday at 5 PM on both. So keep an eye out for those. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!